What's up, guys? Thought I'd make like a raw, unedited, uncut video about getting into trucking and getting your license. There's a lot of videos that kind of just do a lot of talking before they get to the point, so I like to just kind of jump straight into it. So this video is pretty much if you want to get your license and maybe some things to think about before getting it. There's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of things that I think people say in the trucking industry that just quite just what's the word I'm looking for? Not realistic. So about me, I've been trucking for about 5 years now, and with a lot of different jobs. I think I'm at a total of like 8 companies, some great companies, and some to kind of stay away from. But I think I'm going to do that in a separate video, talking about each company. If you're interested in a certain one. But right now, I'm just talking about like, hey, you maybe saw something. You're like, I want to go get my CDL. I want to go to school. Maybe go to a company, get my CDL, and start. You hear probably there's big money and things like that. So. That, I would say, as of today, is not really the case. I don't believe everything you see online. Come about 5 years ago, it was much different. Pretty much a lot of mega carriers were not requiring experience. Location's another big thing also, but I'd say, a lot of mega carriers back then weren't requiring a lot of experience. And I'd say it also depended on the account you're on. I mean, they had some great accounts. What I mean by that, if you get into trucking, is like, let's say you work for, everyone knows Swift, and they have different accounts. I don't know what their accounts are, but maybe like a Home Depot. So you're dedicated and just doing just Home Depot, going to distribution center, or Dollar General, you're offloading, and so that's what an account is. You don't know. But yeah, so back then, I mean, they, mega carriers had some great accounts, and they still do somewhat, but it was different because they didn't require experience as of now. So that's something to take into consideration, because back then you could get your license and you can do some job searching, and on top of that, those job listings would stay up because they weren't being filled instantly. So you had time to think it through, or you'd like compare. And back then, they were paying good. If you're cents per mile, it was a great cents per mile pay. If you're hourly, it was decent. Home daily, local, really good stuff. But recently, it's kind of changed. It's changed a lot. I'd say now, in today's age, if you get your license, even the mega carriers now are requiring experience. And even if you do land a job with them, the pay is not what it used to be, for sure. Low cents per mile, and even if there is high cents per mile, a lot of times maybe the hours kind of suck. And then you have like really good jobs after you do get that experience, and even then those jobs are taken up very quickly. I mean, it's almost to a point where you got to know someone to get in. So I mean, if you're looking at this career path and you want to get into it, it's cool, but be cautious about getting into it thinking you're going to make a ton of money. I would have never said this years ago, because it was more like, get in, you can make money and this and that, but times are definitely changing. I mean, you look at schools now, like to get your CDL, and they're packed with people. I mean, every week these schools are just pushing people, just banking on it, You barely get any experience even at these schools because there's just so many people at this location sharing like 10 trucks, So you have that option, and you also have going with a company who's willing to pay for your school, whether that's like Prime, Swift, CR England. A lot of the mega carriers do it, and I truly believe that is a scam. They're overpriced, but you're like, but they pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, but they're overcharging you, and you're kind of signed to a contract almost to be with them for a certain amount. Normally it's like a year, maybe 2 years, but if you fall short and you leave the company, now you owe them. And you'll probably owe them what you could have paid just going to a local school. So that's very important as well. there's just a lot of things that have definitely changed. So definitely take that into consideration. I'd start, if you did want to do it, don't waste time. I mean, if you get in, and what I mean by that is know what your end goal is and what you want to haul. Because you can do what's called dry van, which is what everyone sees on the highways and freeways, just a regular trailer door, dry goods like boxes or pallets of, dog food, something like that, and they have reefers, refrigerated stuff. And yeah, that's cool, but everyone's doing it. What makes you different, The ones to get into are like maybe gas, hazardous material, get your hazmat, compressed gas, LTL work, some of those mega carriers pay really good. There's food service too, but that's a whole different topic for a different video. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get into it, look into it, but I definitely suggest do not go with a company and go get your license. Go to a local one, a local school, get your license there, and then start applying. But just be very careful what you read online, because from my experience, I've definitely had some companies that are just like the best. Like I could have retired there, but I can probably talk about that in a separate video. But I mean, really think about what you're going to do. So I'll leave it at that. If anyone has any questions or regarding anything or want me to explain something, I'd be more than happy to. So just leave a comment down below. Thank you.